there everybody, Cindy Hartzell with Hartzell Confidence-Based Horsemanship, and this is the day after Donnis treated Dakota for showing me signs that she was in discomfort underneath the saddle. And what I want to show you first of all is behind Donnis and Dakota you will see Katniss, who is Dakota's pasture mate. And I wanted to show you, Dakota lives up on that pasture. Her shelter's up there, and the bottom of the pen is down there. So it's about a 7% grade that she's constantly going up and down. And now we're going to show you what Donnis has done today and how Dakota has responded to the treatment yesterday. And that was just about a little more than 24 hours ago.
Okay, so my part of this is to explain that the pink pattern, if I was in a class teaching, is basically the optimum biomechanic function that I'm looking for. Especially if the horse is under saddle. I want to see a good clear saddle area. I want to see some nice lift. I want to see it deep under where the person is sitting, through the loin and through the gluteal with some nice drive in all three parts of the hamstring muscle. So this is the pink pattern is a perfect pattern. The white pattern and the yellow are the original scan, and the yellow is how it looked after I got finished.
So let me make sure I understand that. The white was when you first came out yesterday and you scanned her to see where she was in discomfort, where there was inflammation.
Right.
Then you did your treatment on her and came back, and the yellow marks is showing where she still had inflammation, which is more deeper tissue, right?
Yeah, it just hadn't resolved yet.
Gotcha.
And so now we're going to turn the horse around, because I always start on the left and work this way. And so now we're going to put her over here.
And we have her big, beautiful mane that's always in the way. Oh, she's going to get some grass out of the round pen for me.
Oh, good. So this side is where the actual issues really were. And I'm going to move this out of the way so you can remember what it was like when I did that first scan. And you can see the intensity of that.
So I noticed today she's got some pink up here still, but not as much as she did in the white.
Yes.
Is that normal?
That's normal.
Okay, good.
So all of this indication that she's pulling herself forward instead of using her body to get somewhere, all of that is resolved. You can see there was still some places that were still working towards normal yesterday. And today, if you think about the pattern that was on the other side, you'll see that this is all very similar. So here is the area where there was the biggest problem. Antsy under saddle, as I showed you, completely clear on this side. And we had an awful lot of activity here in the elbow.
Right, you were worried about her elbow.
Right. And so there's basically a fan of muscle that comes up to the scapula out of the, well, actually the scapula is right here. So this fan of muscle that comes out of here, this is where they all attach. And that's the reason why it's someplace that you have to pay attention to more than big soft tissue areas. So the resolution that we saw is all of this activity went down to one place with a perfect use of the leg now. This is gone. All of this activity that was giving her discomfort under the saddle has resolved. Oh, me? Oh, the pectorals? Okay, and so I'm gonna leave room for Cindy, and you can see that she's now correctly lifting her legs forward. The pectorals, both the anterior and posterior portions of them, are the main muscle of forward movement biomechanically of the front legs.
And yesterday she wasn't using her pectorals at all.
No,
Perfect.
she was just dragging herself.
Gotcha.
So, in thinking about what Cindy felt, this is the discomfort where she was rejecting the saddle. She also noticed that the left hind was a little bit short striding. And so very often when a horse is compensating, they'll have the leg that's taking the extra job moving a little bit faster so that it's on the ground more to support the place that's bothering them. And so when you see the short stride, that's easy to spot. You don't always know which area they're having a problem with. But the back of her body now, with all this stuff, is basically resolved, and you have a pattern that's almost exactly the same. Even after having this injury and working in a pasture like that, she's now better, and she's perfect biomechanically going forward.
Okay, Dakota, can I get and show them what you're doing back here on the hind? So it looked like, and correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I am wrong. I didn't notice the pink on both sides of her back legs is pretty much even. So she's using her whole body biomechanically correct.
Yes, in a way that she wasn't yesterday.
Right.
And
so not only did all of the white resolve when you did the treatment yesterday, except for where those yellows are, coming back a little more than 24 hours, even though she's in her normal habitat, we didn't put her in here on flat ground, she has been able to use her body correctly.
yes.
That's pretty amazing. I'm excited to put a saddle on her.
Yeah.
And see. I'm teaching a clinic tomorrow. I don't know that I want to make her try that tomorrow, but I think Tuesday I'll try and put a saddle on her.
Okay. There shouldn't be a reason, except that this horse is a little bit suspicious and she has a very long memory. So there could be a transition period where she's still expecting the discomfort that she had before we worked with it. And it may take her a little while to agree that it's not there now.
Yeah. And Donnis is pointing out that when we first started working with her back in August of last year, this little mare was very antsy to have a saddle put on. And then when I would put the saddle on, she would run out. She would run as if she was trying to literally run out from underneath it, not bucking or anything like a green horse. You would expect a green horse. She would literally try and act like she was running out from underneath it. And so it took me a lot of time of slowly introducing it to her and riding her in a way that was helping her to engage herself biomechanically with a rider on her back to prove to her that she wasn't in pain. And because this mare is such an incredible partner in regards to her communicating with us, the minute this mare tells me that she's in back pain, I believe her. She's not like some of those horses that, oh, I'm in back pain, you get off, so now I'm going to act like I'm in back pain all the time. This mare is a Mustang, and she has a very, very strong work ethic. So when she tells me she's in pain, my promise to her as her partner is that I'm absolutely going to listen to her, and I'm going to get Donnis out here first to check her and scan her and treat her. And then if we feel that something more needs to be done, then we bring Mickey Doyle and her chiropractor. And it's really important, you guys, if you give your horses everything they need, in return, they will give you their heart. So Donnis, I want to thank you so much for being a part of my team to keep her happy and healthy. And everybody,
I love being part of this particular team. I really want to be on this team.
Thank you so much. So everybody, if you have any questions or comments, or you want to know how to get a hold of Donnis if you're here locally in the Gardnerville, Carson Valley area of Nevada, comment below and we will get you guys connected. Until the next video, take care.